Oh, shit.
According to ESPN's Cleveland Tony Grossi, the full list of demands are $20 million per year, a $10 million staff budget, total authority over the roster, and would like to select his own GM.
That's not a bad thing, especially for somebody like Harbaugh that knows what he's going to need. If I'm going to Cleveland, I know what I need in this room to be able to succeed.
I tell you one thing, though. I know a lot of people are going to want that Ravens job. John Harbaugh let go after 18 years in Baltimore, one of those being Super Bowl champions. This is a move that has, I mean, shoot, Austin, that AFC North Championship game on Sunday Night Football, it was essentially people were saying, whichever coach loses is going to be on the hot seat and could get fired. And it ended up happening, Ravens losing, and John Harbaugh is out. Apparently part of the reasoning, playoff failures, but also the thing is he wanted to run it back with his staff, is what I've heard, and the organization really didn't want to go in that direction. So they decided to part ways. And I mean, it's not that I thought that it wouldn't happen. It's just I'm shocked that they actually did it this season, because I thought it'd be, if it happens again next year, then I was like, okay, they might move on next year. I'm shocked it happened this year.
According to ESPN's Cleveland Tony Grossi, the full list of demands are $20 million per year, a $10 million staff budget, total authority over the roster, and would like to select his own GM. And when you hear the full breakdown of why Harbaugh is demanding these things, you're going to understand that this isn't just about money. This is about a Hall of Fame coach who finally sees the quarterback situation he's been waiting for his entire career. So, don't skip a single second of this video, and if this story touches your heart, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments, where are you watching from? Let's begin. This isn't normal NFL business. This is a bombshell. Like, I'm sitting here reading this, and I'm telling you right now, you don't just casually see a Super Bowl winning coach throw a list on the table that reads like a hostile takeover. $20 million a year. $10 million for the staff, total control of the roster, and he wants to handpick the GM like he's building an expansion team from scratch. That is not a, hey, I'm interested message. That is a power move. That is a coach walking into the league and saying, if you want me, you're not hiring a head coach. You're handing me the keys. And that's why this moment matters, because fans hear contract demands and they think it's just numbers. It's not. This is about control. This is about structure. This is about who actually runs your franchise when it's time to make the decisions that change your future. The draft board, the quarterback room, the coordinators, the culture, the identity. This is the kind of list you drop when you're not begging for a job. You're daring a franchise to prove they're serious. And let's keep it real. You know what's wild? Teams say they want stability. They say they want leadership. They say they want a real program. But when somebody actually shows up with a blueprint and says, here's the price of doing it the right way, suddenly everybody starts sweating. Suddenly it's too much. Suddenly it's, who does he think he is? No, this isn't too much. This is the cost of competing in a league where every year you're either building around a quarterback or you're praying your defense can hold on while your offense plays scared. Because that's what this is really about. Quarterbacks, futures, the next 10 years of your franchise. When a coach demands total authority, he's telling you he's not walking into your building to babysit. He's walking in to build something that lasts. And whether you love it or hate it, there's a certain honesty in that. No hidden games, no, we'll see how it goes. It's straight up, give me the power or don't call me. This isn't small. This is massive. This isn't business. This is war for control. And the reason NFL owners are panicking? Because this forces everyone to show their cards. If you're an owner who likes meddling, you're exposed. If you're a GM who likes control, you're exposed. If you're a franchise that's been talking tough but operating scared, you're exposed. And now fans are watching like, okay, are we serious or are we pretending? Because whoever lands this coach, whoever agrees to those terms, isn't just making a hire. They're making a bet, a massive franchise-shaping bet on leadership, on a vision, on a quarterback plan. And once you make that bet, there's no hiding behind excuses. There's no blaming the front office or ownership interference. It's all on the table. So yeah, this is a moment. And the next move? The next move is going to tell us everything about who's actually built to win in this league and who's about to get exposed when the lights get bright. This is the part of the story where everything feels tight, like the walls are closing in. Because right now, this coach, this team, and this quarterback are all standing at the same crossroads, and only one road leads to relevance. Look at the landscape. The league is obsessed with quarterbacks. Every broadcast, every headline, every debate show is built around one question: do you have your guy? And if you don't, you're already behind. That's the pressure sitting on this franchise right now. They're not just trying to win games, they're trying to prove they didn't mess up the next decade. The depth chart tells you everything. At the top, you've got a young quarterback with talent, hype, baggage, and expectations all stacked on his shoulders. Behind him, uncertainty. Guys who are either placeholders, question marks, or reminders of past mistakes. There's no comfort blanket here, no proven vet you can fall back on if things get shaky. This is a bet season, a prove-it season, a sink or swim year. And fans feel it. You can hear it in every comment section, every call-in show, every group chat. Half the fan base is all in. They see the arm, the confidence, the flashes, and they're like, give him time, give him support, let him grow. The other half, they're tired. Tired of waiting, tired of potential. Tired of hearing next year. They want results now. They want wins now. They want to know if this is the guy or just another chapter in a long book of disappointment. That's the divide. Believers versus doubters. Hope versus scars. And once that line gets drawn, everything the quarterback does gets magnified. One bad throw becomes proof. One good drive becomes hope. He's not just playing defenses, he's playing narratives. And the front office? They're feeling it too. Every move they make right now is being judged through the lens of that quarterback. Draft picks, free agents, coaching decisions. Fans aren't asking, is this good? They're asking, does this help him? Because if he fails, they don't just blame the player, they blame the system, the protection, the weapons, the coaches, the vision. This is what people don't realize about moments like this. A career can get defined before it even really starts. If the public decides you're not it, everything becomes harder. Media gets colder. Fans get louder. Mistakes get heavier. We've seen it before. Guys like Jalen Hurts had to fight through doubt before the league finally respected them. Others never get that second chance. And that's what makes this year so heavy, because what should be happening is patience, development, smart building, real support. But what is happening? Pressure, noise, expectations that don't wait, a fan base that wants answers now. This isn't just another season. This is the window. The year where narratives get locked in, where decisions echo for years, where one direction builds belief and the other builds regret. And the scary part? If this doesn't work, if this quarterback stumbles, if this vision cracks, if this season falls apart, what happens next? They've been loud about him, real loud. From the moment his name hit the league, the noise started and it hasn't stopped since. They question his talent, say he's not built for this level, say the arm isn't special enough, the reads aren't fast enough, the moments are too big for him. Every missed throw gets clipped, slowed down, posted everywhere like proof. Proof of what? That he's human? That he's young? That he's learning? Nah, according to the noise, every mistake is a verdict. And then there's the media narratives. You know the ones. Overhyped, overprotected, more name than game. They don't talk about the context. They don't talk about the protection breaking down. They don't talk about receivers dropping balls or routes getting jumped. They talk about headlines. They talk about clicks. They talk about whatever makes people argue in the comments. They bring up the past too. Every bad game, every ugly loss, every moment where things went sideways. They never show the full drive. Just the interception. Just the sack. Just the frustration on his face. They never replay the throws that saved games. The moments he stood tall. The flashes that made people believe in the first place. And when injuries or rough stretches show up, oh, they feast on it. See, he's fragile. See, he can't handle a season. See, he's not built for this. Like durability is some magic switch you're born with instead of something you build through pain and pressure. But here's what kills me. The same fans and media who scream, "Give young quarterbacks time," are the same ones who turn after 6 bad quarters. The same voices that praised him when he looked good suddenly act like they never believed. That's the hypocrisy. Loud when it's easy. Silent when it's hard. They said he couldn't. They said he wouldn't. They said he was done. And you know what? That's exactly where the fire comes from. Because pressure doesn't just break people, it builds them. We've seen it before. Jalen Hurts got doubted. Josh Allen got laughed at. Trevor Lawrence got questioned. Every real quarterback story has this chapter. The part where nobody believes except the people closest to the grind. And I'm one of those people. I've watched the tape. I've seen the flashes. I've seen the poise when things fall apart. I've seen the confidence when the pocket collapses. I've seen him take hits and still get up talking. That matters. That's not soft. That's not fake. The world wants him to fail. Because it's easier to tear down than to wait. Easier to say, "I told you so," than to say, "I was wrong." But this isn't about the world. This is about him. His work. His response. His grind when the cameras aren't rolling. Because doubt doesn't decide the future. Work does. Pressure doesn't write the story. Response does. And the scary part for the doubters? He's just getting started. This is where the story stops being heavy and starts getting dangerous in a good way. Because pressure is real, doubt is loud, but possibility is what changes everything. You can feel it when the energy shifts, you see it in training camp clips, in the way guys are moving, in the way they're talking, in the way the quarterback is throwing with more confidence, more rhythm, more command. This is what growth looks like. Not perfection, progress. Cleaner footwork, faster reads, better timing with receivers. You don't wake up elite, you build toward it, rep by rep. And when the right system meets the right talent, that's when things get scary for the rest of the league. Because talent without structure is chaos. But talent with vision, that's how you build something real. That's when a quarterback stops just surviving games and starts controlling them, starts seeing the field like a map instead of a maze. You can tell when the locker room believes. It's in the body language. Guys running to celebrate first downs, linemen tapping helmets after clean pockets, receivers trusting routes to break open before the ball is even in the air. Belief isn't loud, it's steady. And right now, it feels like something steady is forming. New voices matter too. New coaches, new coordinators, new energy. Sometimes all it takes is one voice that makes things click. One system that fits. One standard that doesn't bend. That's how careers get reborn. That's how stories flip. Because redemption is real in this league. We've seen it. Guys written off who come back stronger. Quarterbacks counted out who rise up. Think about the ones who went from maybe to must watch. That doesn't happen by accident. That happens when work meets opportunity. Leadership is growing here too. You can see it when the quarterback is the first one in drills, when he's pulling receivers aside after reps, when he's talking, not just throwing. That's the shift. That's the moment when a player becomes a leader. When the team doesn't just look to him, they follow him. And culture? Culture is built in moments no one tweets about. Early mornings, late nights, film sessions that get uncomfortable, conversations that get honest. That's where teams are made, not in hype, in habits. This is where legends start. This is where narratives flip. Not because the noise got quieter, but because the work got louder. Because every rep is a response. Every drive is a statement. Every game is a chance to rewrite what people think they know. You don't become special by wishing. You become special by showing up when nobody's watching and working like you're already there. And right now, with the pieces coming together, with belief growing, with direction finally clear, it feels like something is forming. Something real. Something dangerous. Not a guarantee. Not a promise. But a spark. And sometimes, All it takes is a spark to light the whole league on fire. Mark this moment. I'm serious. Burn it into your memory. Because years from now, when people act like they always knew how this would turn out, this is the moment you're going to point to and say, nah, I was there when nobody believed. This right here, this is the beginning. Not the middle, not the end. The beginning of a story that's about to flip everything people think they know about a player, about a team, about what happens when doubt meets work and loses. They laughed. They doubted. They were wrong. That's how these stories always end, but nobody ever believes it while they're living in the messy part. While the losses hurt, while the mistakes get clipped, while the noise is louder than the progress, that's when faith gets tested. That's when fans get separated from spectators. Because being a real fan isn't about showing up when it's easy. It's about standing there when it's uncomfortable, when hope feels risky, when belief feels like you might look stupid for holding on to it. But that's the price of watching something grow instead of just consuming something finished. I'm making a prediction right now. Not a safe one, not a soft one, a bold one. This season, this stretch, this era is going to be remembered as the turning point. The moment when everything changed direction. When potential turned into production. When flashes turned into fire. You're going to see confidence become command. You're going to see doubt turn quiet. You're going to see people who once questioned start saying, I always knew. And you're going to remember exactly how loud they were before they switched sides. This isn't just about wins and losses. This is about identity. About building something that lasts longer than one season. About a quarterback learning how to lead, not just throw. About a team learning how to believe, not just hope. About a fan base finally feeling like their patience meant something. This is why we watch. This is why we argue. This is why we care too much and talk too loud and feel every game like it's personal. Because sometimes, if you're lucky, you get to witness the start of something special. Not a highlight, not a headline, a legacy in motion. They laughed. They doubted. They were wrong. And when the story is finished, when the wins stack up, when the moments become memories, you'll be able to say you didn't just show up at the end. You were here at the beginning, when belief was a choice, when loyalty mattered, when faith was louder than fear. So remember this moment. Hold on to it, because this isn't just hope. This is destiny.